Daniela Elsa warned Meghan will be put under immense pressure by Kate Middleton with her birthday cover. Ms. Elsa comment on Twitter, "There was one burning ambition that Meghan appeared to have when she left the royal family, now Kate seems to have gazumped her. What do you get a woman for a birthday who pretty much has everything? We're not talking about a run-of-the-mill big day here, but a landmark one, a birthday that will demand more than a tin of Quality Street and the latest Liane Moriarty. What do you get for a future queen who is about to hit the big 40? In only a few weeks, Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, will hit this milestone, an event which will likely see the various royal social media accounts trawl out some old shots and Prince William hit Bond Street in a sweat. Just don't buy her binoculars like he recently admitted he did once. In the US, supermarket weekly People magazine has gotten a jump on the occasion, slapping the mum of three on the cover of this week's issue with the headline, putting out a story so sickly a more suspicious mind might have thought Carole Middleton herself penned it. Just in case anyone's counting, this is the Duchess' fourth star turn on the front of the glossy entertainment magazine in the last 12 months, including her second solo outing. The journalist claims Meghan's lack of star billing, even in her biggest year, with Project, $1 Million Deal and charity activities. And here is the enjoyable half: Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Throughout one of many brightest years of her life, together with when she accused the royal home of institutional racism and disrespect for her pleas for assist, when her psychological well-being deteriorated, when she welcomed her second youngster, and when did she begin her profession after Megxit? Not a single cowl together with her alone. While the cover of People is hardly the most precise of barometers of public standing and approval, what Kate's continued appearance, and Meghan's lack of star billing, casts a less than sparkling picture of the Sussexes' stateside campaign to establish themselves as dazzling public figures. In fact, nearly 2 years since they touched down in the United States, they still seem to be struggling to gain traction as the leaders they seem so keen to be. January 8, which is only 3 weeks away, and just happens to be the day before Kate's 40th birthday, will mark 2 years since Harry and Meghan managed to, allegedly, shock the world, the Queen and the Dorgies, by abruptly announcing they were done with the whole crowd-waving and plaque-unveiling racket and were off. A new financially independent life awaited them, one where they wouldn't be expected to, as Meghan once did, spend their working days opening new bridges, and could supposedly get away from the intrusive lenses and beaks of the British press. Off they flew, in January 2020, to Canada, where they were holed up in a borrowed, and hideous, mansion to plot their takeover. She believes Duchess' credibility has already dead in the water since the controversial interview back to March this year. Up to 31% said that they had no sympathy for the couple. As an act to fuel the gas onto the fire, Harry pulled out his heartfelt and 100% truthful memoir. When news broke in July this year that Harry was putting bit and bit to paper and was penning a memoir, for which he is rumored to have received a stonking $27 million advance, the reception in the US was lukewarm. If his publishers Penguin Random House are hoping to recoup their 8-figure outlay by shilling copies of the book in the flyover states, then let's hope they have a backup plan, given only 1 in 4 Americans surveyed at the time reported that they were very or fairly interested in reading the memoir. Meanwhile, only 14% of Brits reported the same. Similarly, less than half of the Stars and Stripes waving masses polled said they thought it was appropriate for Harry to be putting out an autobiography. More recently, attempts by the Duchess of Sussex to insert herself into the political bloodstream, all the while brandishing her gifted title, so much for her conversation with Gloria Steinem when she said that she thought women should be linked not ranked, have met with middling success at best, with conservative voices seemingly delighting in recounting how indifferent they were to her lobbying. A source close to the couple told Vanity Fair in September that Team Cambridge is very focused on America and making sure they have a high profile over there. The possibility of them making a high-profile visit is very much on the cards for next year. Beyond that, the sustained public interest in the Windsor stateside would seem to suggest that the American people have not wholesale bought the Sussexes' version of events. The fact that People has slapped Kate on the cover, something they would not do if she would not sell well, points to the Duchess still occupying a relatively positive place in American hearts and minds. Frank Sinatra croons in New York, New York, "If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere." But what happens if you can't make it there, Frank? What then? There is one pair of US transplants who might be looking for an answer to puzzle her in the near future. struggling to gain traction as the leaders they seem so keen to be. January 8, which is only 3 weeks away, and just happens to be the day before Kate's 40th birthday, will mark 2 years since Harry and Meghan managed to, allegedly, shock the world, the Queen and the Dorgies, by abruptly announcing they were done with the whole crowd-waving and plaque-unveiling racket and were off. A new financially independent life awaited them, one where they wouldn't be expected to, as Meghan once did, spend their working days opening new bridges, and could supposedly get away from the intrusive lenses and beaks of the British press. Off they flew, in January 2020, to Canada, where they were holed up in a borrowed, and hideous, mansion to plot their takeover. She believes Duchess' credibility has already dead in the water since the controversial interview back to March this year,